Hello, everybody. This is Lucy, the Phoenix Rising, and I have my wonderful friend Stephanie Carroll here today with me. Yay! And we're
Yay.
gonna be talking about different things, having a conversation. She does the morning cleanse. So I'm gonna get to know more about her journey and what she's doing. So, how's it going, Stephanie?
Good.
Pretty good. All right.
Yep.
Cool. It's pretty cold here. I don't know if it's not sunny where you are, but it's not sunny here at all. It was
No.
snowing, and then there was some sun, and then it's weird. It's like I go through four seasons in one day. It's weird.
Yeah, yeah. Well, Kentucky is warm one day, 70 degrees, and then 20 the next day. So
Gosh.
Kentucky is moody.
Yeah,
That's what
it's very moody. Yeah,
I
it's
think I,
okay
I think I tell my boyfriends like a girl sometimes. Just,
on its period. Oh
yeah,
God,
that's what I
so
said.
bad, but
That's
it
Kentucky.
it's the same here where I live in Kitchener, Ontario. It's very moody, very moody. Oh my gosh.
Yep. I'm ready for it to be summer.
Yeah, me too. I can't wait. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So Stephanie, wanted to know a bit about your, I think you call it, let me see if I'm pronouncing it well with my French accent. Interstitial cystitis,
Yeah, it's like it's hard to say. It's interstitial cystitis or something.
cystitis. Yeah.
I don't even know that I'm saying it right. I called
Well,
it short for IC.
I see. Okay, well, there you go.
Yeah. So I used to have that where I was diagnosed with that. It was probably 15 years ago. And that was when I was that's when I was like at the worst part of my life of being sick. I went to the doctors all the time and it was very expensive. And I actually didn't have insurance back then. So I got billed a lot of different doctor bills. And I remember it was really hard to pay for medicine. I remember my medicine was like $600 a month. And that's the only thing that could give me relief. But luckily, I went to Costco and could get it at an affordable price. And then, so it was like in and out of doctors. It was just miserable. So I dealt with IC. And then at the same time, I was dealing with a lot of anxiety and depression. But what IC is, it's basically your bladder wall. It's a thin bladder wall. So your urine is leaking into the rest of your body. So it causes a lot of pain. So from my waist down, my body would throb like this all the time. Like there was no stopping. It just was I was in constant pain. So I was in constant physical pain and I was in constant emotional pain. Going in and out of doctors, wanting help. I remember going to the doctor and it would cause me a lot of pain, even more pain. So I would leave the doctor crying after like these IC treatments. And they're like, oh, well, you have IC. Let's do another test. And so they wanted one of the tests they wanted to do was, I think, expand my bladder wall to make it really like just expand it with water or something. I don't know. It was some kind of test to see if you do have IC, which they already told me I did, but it cost like over $1,000 and I didn't have insurance. And I remember having like this whole breakdown because I couldn't afford it. And then they were like, oh, we're not going to do this test because you can't afford it, which was probably a blessing because it would have just
Okay,
been more pain.
for sure.
So that was the beginning. And then I was on the medicine for 6 months. And then I remember it made my stomach really, really sick. And I even went to the doctor saying, could it be my medicine? And they were like, no, it's not your medicine. But I was holding it in my hand. Like I was just holding it in my hand one day in my bedroom. And I felt like myself was screaming, do not take it anymore. Just stop. Like you could just, I don't know, it was like yourself so loud was screaming, don't take it anymore.
You're high yourself. Yeah.
Yeah. So when I stopped taking that, like I felt better, but then the IC pain came back. So that was the beginning of my life until somebody stepped into my life saying, there's another way. You could start bringing smoothies. Well, she was talking about smoothies. I don't know if she was talking about juice. I remember she talked about meat, but she talked about like getting locally sourced meat and stuff like that. But that was basically the beginning of stepping into the raw food path and the healing path. And then I got online and I found Marcus Rothkras and Dan McDonald, and following those two for the past, it's like it's been 15 years ago. It's crazy. So I've been following them for that long. Well, I used to watch them a whole bunch at the beginning, and then that's what I got inspired to do all my juices. And I
Awesome.
would do juices. I would make these nasty, nasty green juices at the beginning because I didn't know what I was doing. And I remember my dad was working next door, and I would bring him little shots of the juices, and they were just nasty. I remember drinking them thinking, don't throw up, but I didn't know what I was doing because it was the beginning, you
What was
know?
in it? What was in that juice? So what did you do?
Well, I just, I don't really know, but I remember it was my Vitamix, and I would get like just greens and throw
Oh,
them in there.
no
And
apples.
I mean, I could have, I really don't know what I put in there, but I think I was just like, I just thought I needed to get the greens in my body, so I did.
Oh, well, you still did it a good way, so that maybe it wasn't as tasty.
Yeah, it wasn't tasty. Yeah, now I know how to do it where it's tasty and I don't have to, it's like I have a drink right now.
Oh,
No
good.
cream.
Yay.
So this is a juice, and it's just the mixed greens with apples. And
Mm.
at first maybe it doesn't taste good to people, I don't know, but now I think it tastes amazing. So
Oh my God, everything is good. Every green juice is good when there's apples in it. That's what I.
yeah.
Yeah,
It
so
definitely
good.
makes it good.
Especially the lemon ginger blast too, you know. I love
Yeah.
apples in it and ginger and turmeric. So like, it's good.
Yeah, I still need to try that one, believe it or not. I'm not very good at like changing my patterns. I have the juices that I'm just used to, and I have that recipe that I need to try, but I just literally haven't.
Oh man, if you do it, let me know because especially one of my favorite that I've been putting other stuff in the lemon ginger plus, like adding carrots. Carrots is not part of the recipe, but I found
Right.
the carrots, it just gives it another flavor, like sweet, but sweet and I don't know, I can't explain it, but it's just more like, wow, it's amazing with carrots. Why wasn't that in the original recipe? But that's okay. But yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I've juiced carrots before too. I think they taste pretty good. I mean, I really like juices. That's why I started doing the morning cleanse, because the juices and the morning cleanse have it comes so easy to me.
Yeah, I want to hear more about this. Definitely.
And that's what I actually started doing 3 years ago, was the morning cleanse, and I do it every single morning. So I get up and I'll start with lemon water, and then I'll wait 30 minutes. And it's about 4 days a week that I'll do this. I'll do the celery juice.
Okay.
So when you start drinking celery juice, you have to start with a really small amount because it'll clean you out and you'll have to go to the bathroom. But I've worked up to where I can drink this whole amount of celery juice, which is a lot.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So I'll drink the celery juice, and then if I'm still juicing in the morning, I'll move to like a green juice or just another juice. And then on the days that I'm busy, I do lemon water every single morning. But if I don't have time to juice, then I'll do um, a smoothie. So the idea of doing the morning cleanse is, as Americans, we were taught to eat protein in the morning, our eggs and our bacon and stuff. And really,
Here
we've
too.
been we have been taught totally wrong. Like, it's kind of funny because what they teach us, I think they teach us to sabotage ourselves instead of help ourselves. Because I mean, we're getting into maybe conspiracy theories here, but
All good. That's what
they
it's all about. Yeah.
they want control over us. They don't want us to have control.
Yep.
So I think that just since we've grown up as a kid, they've taught us everything to do where we don't have control and we rely on them. So I'm all about trying to not rely on them and get control ourselves. But going back to the morning cleanse, what you want to do is cleanse in the morning. So when you're sleeping at night, your body collects all the toxins in your liver, and in the morning it's ready to flush them out. But if you go to eggs and protein, you can't flush anything out of your body. You have to, well, the lemon water is what's rehydrating, and that is the start of the flushing because of the lemon. And you can do honey in your water, and you can do honey too. Like, you don't have to just do lemon and water, you can add honey. But then I would suggest to do fruit or greens, or, just no protein till at least 12. So your body can finish that process of getting out toxins in your body. And my understanding is if you don't do it, then all the toxins, they don't leave your body. They just recirculate back in your blood. And then you get to try again the next morning.
Yes,
So it's like,
exactly.
and then a big thing, it was hard to get off coffee, but it's like we start in the morning and we're drinking coffee and we're killing our adrenals, and then if we're putting protein in our coffee, the creamer or anything, then we're stopping that process again. So it's just crazy because we've been taught backwards as Americans on what we should be doing.
Yeah, I know. Did you ever have like the shakings when you were drinking coffee? Like
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
like heart
Well,
palpitation, stuff like that, or
yeah, I would. But it's crazy because I pretty much am off coffee, but every once in a while I'll drink coffee because it's around. I actually drank coffee, it was like 3 nights ago, because my boyfriend got a coffee from McDonald's and it was really yummy flavored, and I took a sip, and then I took a couple more sips. It's crazy because now I know how much of a drug coffee is, because I couldn't sleep till 5 o'clock that next morning.
oh no.
It's I'm like, I should not be touching this because I'm so sensitive to it now. But man, like, I really think it's another drug that it is a drug. If you get off coffee and you're used to not drinking it anymore, and then you put it in your body, it acts as a totally different
Oh
substance.
yeah. It's like a sabotage in a way.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Would you say that the coffee is like one of your kryptonites? Like your
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because it took me forever to even just get off of it, to not drink it every morning. Like, I would drink it for a while and then I'd get off of it for a while. And doing the morning cleanse is what I think helped me basically stay off coffee, other than the slip ups every once in a while. But
Exactly.
I
Oh
don't
my,
know if coffee will ever, I mean, I would like to think coffee won't be a part of my life at some point, but I don't know. It's like you drink it and you're like, I'm never gonna drink this again, and then you have a sip.
and then you end up doing it. Yes, it's that's how it is. You say something like, "I'll never have this again," and then you end up having it. So
Yeah.
I guess it's the we should be saying, "I'll never have this," because it's like you're attracting it.
Yeah.
I'll never. It's like the universe heard you. Like, yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure. Prove me
Here's another
wrong.
that here's another temptation for you.
Yeah. Well, if we all lived in communities and there wasn't that stuff around, and we just had positive things around us, then we'd be great. But we live in
My
the
gosh,
normal world where
the Matrix.
you, the people that we live with eat junk all day.
Oh my gosh, yes, I get it. Oh yes, this is reality basically.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
like the odd people,
Yeah. We're the weird people
weirdos.
that we actually care about our health. And
Exactly. But in
yeah.
your morning cleanse, like when you drink the lemon water, how many lemons do you put in there?
Just one lemon.
Just one?
So yeah, so I'm always going about the mason jars, but the big mason jar, if you do this, so I'll fill it up with water and do one lemon. If you do half of that, then you can do half a lemon. But the best to get the most benefit and the most hydration, I just do basically a full one.
A
So
full one? And is it hot water or just normal water temperature?
just normal water. You don't want hot water. So if you warm up the water, you don't get the same cleansing benefit.
Oh, that's good to know. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Well, wait, do you just like press the lemon into the water or?
Yeah, I have a juicer. So on my channel, I've done different videos on yeah, what I eat in a morning and
Yeah.
stuff. And I think there is one on the making the lemon water too. But if I haven't taken it down and put it in my course, but it shows you what kind of juicer I use and the whole process. There's actually a
Nama
video.
J too? Nama J too.
Yep. And I just got that. And I had the Omega for years. And then when you did that interview with Jillian and you were talking about how that was the day I literally went and bought my,
Oh my God, that's amazing.
yeah, like, you guys convinced me. And oh my gosh, it saves so much time. I would spend like 3 hours in the morning juicing, and now I spend
Oh,
like an hour. So It's insane.
Isn't it the best? Oh my
And
God, I
then
love this juicer.
and then the melons are even easier to juice. Like I can cut up a watermelon and juice the whole thing. And then I have a picture of where I have all my juices. And it's like it took me 30 minutes to make all these juices. So I can't wait till
Wow.
watermelons come back.
Oh yeah, the season soon. I have watermelon right here, but I don't know if it's the same where you live. There's no seeds. It's the hybrid version.
Right, right. Well, we don't even have like they had watermelons for 1 week here a couple weeks ago, and then I've been looking for the past 2 weeks and they haven't had them. So I kind of got spoiled and but it's like they're really expensive if you get one, but that's just how it is right now. I can't wait till they're back in season.
Oh yeah, unless you go to the farmers market. Do you have a farmers market where you live?
No, we don't have that kind of stuff
No.
here.
Oh
So
my gosh. Okay, I thought it was like everywhere, like every states or something.
yeah, well, we have farmers markets, but you don't get really in the winter, you don't really get stuff here. And then when you do get stuff, it's like tomatoes and cucumbers and zucchini and stuff like that. It's vegetables and apples. They have apples, but you don't really get the fruits here.
Oh
So
wow. Okay.
as I
Well,
say, I look at your pictures and I'm like, man, you're so lucky you get all that good stuff. I need
well,
to move.
well, some of it is ex, is it exported
Yeah,
from other places, or sometimes it's from British Columbia. Sometimes where we get our watermelon, because it's over there in British Columbia, it's warmer than where I live. So
right,
sometimes we get
right.
watermelon with seeds, and if not, well, it's just taken from other countries, and people here they have it every weekend. We have fruits that there's also people that have like farms, and I think I don't know how you call it, but they make their fruits and veggies in a special,
Oh yeah, like a greenhouse.
yeah, greenhouse. Exactly.
Yeah.
Even though it's winter. So it's like, okay, well, thank God for that. I still feel grateful, even though I'm in a very cold country. But yeah,
Yeah.
and,
Yeah.
and still have to eat the hybrid watermelon. But
Yeah.
it's fine. It's fine. It still does
That's
the
what I
work.
get.
Grapes too, right? The same thing with grapes. We have no seeds in our grapes. I know
Right.
that.
I haven't seen grapes with seeds in a long time
Me
here.
too.
So I look forward to just getting them organic. So it's hard for me
Yes.
not to buy them unless they're organic because I think that's one of those like dirty dozen, like you're supposed to really buy if it's you're supposed to buy organic. And that's why I don't do berries much unless I get them frozen
Me too.
because strawberries and raspberries and blueberries, you're supposed to have them all organic because
I
they're
know. I
so
agree with that too. I stopped buying the non-organic. Yeah, it was cheaper, but like no, because yeah, it's full of chemicals. They sprayed them, and like
right,
Costco has like big bags of organic blueberries, so that's
right.
amazing.
That's what I do. I
So
love
smoothies.
Costco.
Yeah, Costco is like awesome for sure. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's
So
where I do most of my shopping.
yeah, oh my God, that's amazing. That's good. I need to
Yep.
take that card, like that membership card, I need to renew it. It expired like not long ago. So I'm like, oh crap. Okay.
Yeah, get on like groupon.com and sometimes they do deals where you can get a
Oh, that's a good idea, Groupon.
Mhm.
What do you put in your smoothies though? You could share
Um
that.
so I change it around, but right now I do a banana, orange juice, mangoes, and strawberries. But I'll change it around all the time. Sometimes I add wild blueberries. So the wild blueberries are better than the regular blueberries or the organic blueberries.
Really? Okay.
So I think that was like, I can't remember exactly what I was told, but it's like if you burn the plant down, it comes back or something on its own. Like it's a really strong plant. So the wild blueberries is top notch over organic or of course regular blueberries.
Yeah.
So always look for the wild. The Whitmans, I think, is what I don't know if they're at your Costco, but that's what I normally get.
Oh yeah, we have that too. Yeah.
Well, let's see. Sometimes I do cherries, but lately they have had like pits in them on some bags. So I'm like, I'm gonna take a break from those for a while. But
Mm.
mangoes are pretty cheap, and I'll do pine. Oh, I'll put pineapple, but I do fresh pineapple just so it blends better. So
And do you add water or no water at all?
no, I don't add water, just a little bit of orange juice. So I'll do fresh fruit on the bottom. So when I do a little bit of orange juice and a banana and pineapple, that's enough liquids to blend. So you can even blend that up a little bit. And then I'll put some mangoes and strawberries, the frozen. So if it's half fresh, then you don't have to use water. And I think it tastes better. I don't like to use water because it kind of makes
Yeah,
it not taste as good.
so true. It's true. And do you ever put like dates? Have you ever put dates in your smoothies?
Yeah, I've put them in there. I just think they're really sweet. So for me,
Okay. What about hemp seeds?
I have not done that. I don't know if there's protein in that or not.
I
I'm
heard
not
there's
really sure.
protein. I don't, who did I, oh yeah, it was from Shane, of course. Um, yeah, I believe that, I saw a video, I think he mentioned that, was it him? Or was it somebody else? I can't remember, but, they were showing that, yeah, if you put hemp seeds in your smoothies, it's actually, very good, or dates, instead of putting like those protein powders, because I used to do the protein powders
Right.
before, like
I
even
used
Sun Warrior, yeah.
Yeah, I used to do those too, but now I'm just like, I don't touch those at all because I just don't know what's in it. And I don't know, I think my understanding is we get enough protein when we just do our fruits and our
Bananas too.
vegetables. We don't
Yeah.
need to add protein. That's just a false, like our body runs off sugar. It doesn't run off protein. That's another thing that we've been kind of mind washed with. So,
Yes, it's so true. Like, yeah, me too. Like, I've stopped using the protein powders because I'm like, okay, well, I'm already satisfied with what's already in the smoothie. Just that, just fruits, frozen fruits, and
right. Well,
yeah.
and if you put protein in your smoothie, just make sure you're doing it after 12. So that's the big thing. And I think the dates are fine in the smoothie though. I have some recipe where I put dates and bananas and strawberries, I think.
Oh,
And that's a recipe that it kind of tastes like a milkshake, but it
mhm.
lasts really long. So if you need to like take smoothies to work, you can make those up and put them in a cooler bag and
Oh my
keep them
God.
cold. And then that's one that, because the blueberries will like thicken up, it'll change the consistency, but that one smoothie doesn't. And then it's the bananas and the dates are what keeps you full. So
Yes. Okay, so bananas, dates, and strawberries, you said, right?
yeah, I think that's what it was. Yeah.
Okay. All frozen. So do you put frozen bananas or you just put regular bananas in your smoothies?
I put regular, but you can use frozen. It's just I don't like to add as many liquids, so that's why I use them fresh.
Yeah, of course. The frozen ones, I like to use them for like nice cream.
Yeah, yeah, that's good.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I love ice cream. Oh my God, just with the bananas by itself, or if I add like frozen bananas with dates and maybe a little bit of cinnamon powder on top, just a little bit, or cacao powder. Yeah, oh my God, it's so good.
Hmm. Hmm.
Or mangoes, mixing it up, or strawberries. It's just like
Yeah.
it's better than I find that it tastes better now than regular, well, the ice cream that you see at the store.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not a big fan of ice cream at the store. So my
That's
boyfriend's always
good.
getting it. My boyfriend's always getting it. And he's like, "You want some?" I'm like, no, I don't really. Sometimes I'll like take a bite or two just because he's eating it to remind myself, I guess, that I don't like it. Because every time I eat it, I'm like, this doesn't taste really good. Or sometimes it actually doesn't have a taste because I feel like it's just so cold. You might taste it like one or two times, but then if you keep eating it, it's like if you pay attention, it really doesn't have a taste because your mouth gets so cold.
No, exactly, and it has like the processed sugar in it too. So,
Right,
no,
right,
since I stopped buying like eating the ice cream from the store and just eating ice cream, I'm like, wow, ice cream is amazing. But I tried
right.
to go back to eating the ice cream from the store, and it's like, ugh, you know what?
Yeah,
I can taste the processed sugar.
right. Well, I can taste the artificial stuff and things.
Yeah, artificial, and you feel it in your body because you feel weird. I don't know. I just spikes up
Yeah,
your sugar
yeah, yeah.
way. Yeah.
Well, when you eat healthy and then you go back, like it's really hard for me to go back because on like family holidays or family big, family holidays and stuff, we always get together and stuff. And like I'll choose to eat some of the food and stuff, but I have to be really, really careful because I'll be so sensitive to it. So
And what does it do to you when you feel sensitive? Like, what does it do to you
it
physically,
just makes me
mentally?
feel, it makes, well, I don't know. It just makes me feel sick. So I don't know if it does anything mentally. It just makes me feel more sick than anything. And sometimes when I eat, if I eat like pizza or something, I don't even like to eat pizza anymore, which I don't even know that I even like the taste a whole lot. But when I would eat it, I remember at night I would like start fevering at night. Like
Oh
I was really,
no.
really hot for years.
Oh my
So
God.
so it's kind of like you it's a game of two steps up, one step back with this diet, I think. And your body starts getting used to eating healthy. And then when you get off track and you eat the other stuff, it reminds you why you shouldn't be eating it.
Oh yes, I'm I'm currently dealing with that right now, to tell you the
Yeah,
truth, because I opened the door during the holidays and I ate some pasta. My body
right.
doesn't love gluten. It doesn't like gluten at all, and I did. I ate pasta during the family gathering, and I was like, oh my God, it's so good. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't feel so great. Oh shit. And then
Yeah.
because
Yep.
I opened the door, I don't know, maybe I attracted back the parasites in my body because I couldn't close the door. So I was like, okay, I'm like 98% raw vegan, but every time once in a while I'm eating bread and pasta, and now I'm eating popcorn and chips and great. And I felt it because it made me blow up. I gained like 20 pounds in a week. 20
Right.
pounds. My body just so I'm like,
Yeah.
great. So I learned my lesson because last week I had vegan Indian food and I blew up again. I gained another extra 10 pounds. So yeah, I'm done. I surrendered to the raw vegan diet. I really surrendered to this lifestyle because
Yeah.
I didn't feel great, and the reason why I had this headache is because I'm still clogged up.
Right.
So I'm like, no, I surrender. I
Right.
surrender. I've done my 100-day juice fast. It went well. Went while vegan, my body was happy. I was feeling great mentally and physically. But as soon as I put those type of foods that I used to eat before, my God, headaches and sometimes having negative thinking, um, feeling tired, mental fog, like brain
Oh
fog.
yeah.
It's like, whoa, all those little symptoms are coming back. I don't like this. So yeah, I learned my lesson. Just this headache this morning gave me confirmation, like, you're done. You're done. So
Yeah.
yeah, so yeah, I've been fully raw like the past couple of days since the last meeting we had the Friday with Shane. And
Yeah.
yeah, so yeah, I get it. My body's pissed off. So it's like
Yeah.
26 pounds from where I was before. That's it.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
if you're gonna go off the well, I mean, like we live in the normal world, so I'm not perfect either because I
no,
think I would be more perfect if I didn't have influences around me all the time
me
because
too.
my boyfriend and kids always eat junk like every day they're around me. And I make it a point that if I'm gonna eat junk, I wait until at night. Like the times that I'll cheat is only at dinner or after dinner, but I try to do the diet the best I can. But I think we're just in a world that, I mean, I'm sure there's raw foodists that are 100%, but I'm not there yet. Now, some
I
things
know
that
it's
I,
like,
yeah. And I mean, I've been on this journey for a long time. So I just haven't mastered it. I mean, maybe it's not my time to master it yet. I don't know, but just
yeah.
dealing with life and emotional things and
Oh yeah.
there's just a lot of going on and I'm still trying to just figure that out.
I
So
know. It's like we're still and I don't know, because me, I'm walking in a body that's missing two organs. And because I don't
yeah,
have a uterus and an appendix, my body is upside down. But with
yeah,
this lifestyle, it's been helping me a lot. And the juice fast, it helped me reverse the type 2 diabetes. And I see like, okay, this is what my body is asking for and loves this. I feel at my best. But yeah, with society, sometimes you just feel tempted to go back to your old ways and eating chips. Yeah, like I
right,
said, I would eat it at night too, chips and
right,
popcorn and the Indian food too. But I just feel like crap the next day, and I
yeah,
feel like because I'm still healing. I at
right,
least want to do the raw vegan lifestyle for 1 year, like fully. I want to try it just to see.
right,
I tried it. I did only 100 days of being raw, and then I'm like,
right,
food, yay, and mixing it up with raw. But it's like, oh, my body's pissed. What the hell? And I go to the gym, I'm still blowing up. What? So I don't know if
yeah,
it's because I'm missing those two organs that it messed up my hormones. But when I'm eating only raw, it's like everything just comes back to normal. And I'm like, okay. And I'm like, okay. So I guess this lifestyle is kind of keeping me alive in a way.
Yeah.
It's just
Well,
nuts.
I do think the raw food lifestyle is the best because, I've played around with a lot of different things too. And it's like when I eat cooked food, even if it's healthy food, like I'd gain weight. Now, my understanding is it's your body detoxing and stuff, but
Yeah.
as soon as I went back to the raw food, like I went back to the raw food in January and have been really trying to stick to it more than like I'm never perfect, but I will have perfect days. Let's put
Guess
it
there's
that
no
way.
perfect raw vegans. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'll have perfect days where I'm raw vegan all day and most days. But when I did that, like I've lost 10 pounds in the past couple months because I'd gained some weight. So when I first met my boyfriend, I was really skinny and he's like, I'm gonna fatten you up, and he eats meat and stuff. And yeah, he was a bad influence on me. He's
That's Carlos, right?
yes, that's
Hey,
Carl.
Carlos.
Yeah. Yeah. But
He's
um
amazing.
since then I've been trying to, we just gotta find our own strength. And he's been a good opportunity for me to learn how to find my own strength lately. That's what I've been trying to do. So
That's good. Well, at least you're doing what you gotta do. You're doing the morning cleanse, so that's helping.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and even doing the morning cleanse for the past 3 years, and then if I cheat in the evening, I'm still healing. Now,
Yes.
I've kind of gone in and out. So at the beginning of my story, I had the IC. Now I do not deal with that anymore. I feel like that is completely healed.
Okay.
And then 3 years ago, so I think I have a lot of neurological stuff. And 3 years ago, I had pain shooting down my legs, like electricity bolts that would go down my leg, and my whole body would go like that.
Me too.
Yeah, I think that's neurological, but I'm not really sure. But that's when I started like with the morning cleanse, and I'm like, this has to stop. And that's when I'd read like the medical medium books, and that's where he was talking about the celery juice in the morning, and he does other things that I don't do, but that's when I basically started the morning cleanse because I started with the lemon water and the celery juice, and that's what he talks about. And
Gosh.
my,
Well,
the pain in my legs that stopped, so I haven't dealt with that like in a year or two.
me
But
too. Since the juice fast as well. Yeah.
yeah, and then it's crazy because I call them detox symptoms, but somebody else was saying don't call them that, call them healing or cleansing symptoms. I don't know the difference, but like I went to a point where there was lots of rashes all over my body too, and I
Can
don't.
relate.
Yeah, which I don't have to deal with that anymore. And I think that was all, all the stuff that's coming out and you're healing from that. And my teeth got really, really sensitive. There was a point where I couldn't even eat apples or I couldn't chew, but
Oh my
thankfully I
gosh.
don't have to deal with that anymore. That was like 3 years ago when all this stuff came out. So I think that my body's been going through a deep, deep healing on another level of cleanse the past 3 years.
That's
And then
amazing.
now I'm just dealing with all kinds of emotions. So
Yeah, the emotional detox is the biggest thing, right?
yeah, yeah. So I can't wait until I get through that and I can feel more stable and normal.
What's normal to these days?
Yeah, yeah. But I actually have someone that I've been working with, and I've been doing EMDR. I don't know if you've ever heard of that.
No.
That is an amazing treatment. So I can't even explain how amazing it is. So it's eye movements. So what she does is does this really quick, and you're supposed with your eyes, you go back and forth. I don't know if you can see, but like I follow it with my eyes, and
Yeah.
then she'll stop. So first we will talk about a trauma, something that's happened in our life, because I've actually had a lot of things that have happened in my life, unfortunately.
I
A
relate
lot,
to it.
a lot of traumas that I haven't actually shared with people. And maybe at some point I will, but so I have a lot of traumas that I've dealt with. And so we do this EMDR to basically, it's supposed to reprogram your mind and create new neural pathways. So what's amazing about it is, so you'll do this, and then the next thing, something will pop in your head. So she'll stop and she'll say, we'll talk about the next thing that pops in my head. And then we'll do it again. Another next thing that pops in your head. So you understand. So it's like you're doing this, whatever pops in your head. Sometimes it makes sense, sometimes it doesn't. And then after, there's actually a pattern that will show up. So if you look at the whole half an hour to an hour session, you'll see yourself will show you the patterns that are in your life. And then becoming aware of that, like you can heal. But what's even more amazing is it's brought up memories that I'd forgotten about. Like I have when I was little, we didn't have food in the refrigerator. So I always have this thing when I open the refrigerator and it's empty because I haven't gotten to, the next shopping trip. I always feel poor or feel like I can't eat. There's something in me that feels like, oh, I need to not eat because there's no food or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when we did the EMDR, it brought up memories of the fact that we didn't have food when I was a kid. And I wasn't even aware of this. And after the session, I went and I asked my mom questions, and then she confirmed all the things that were coming up. So,
Wow.
so EMDR is pretty amazing. So that's what I've been doing to work on healing traumatic things. And it's crazy because there's just so many things that I didn't even realize. And also when I was little, when I was 3, I lost my sister.
Oh,
And that came up as, of course, that's a big traumatic thing. And I can't remember exactly what we came up to, but it was like where I disconnected from the world and I haven't been able to connect with people and I haven't been able to like trust people and stuff. That all ties back from when I was 3 years old. So it's like that one event created this whole reality in my life.
of course.
So
Was she older than you?
she was younger, 3 years younger.
Oh
So when
my
I was 3, she was born with my brother and she didn't make it. She was only a couple months old and she stopped breathing when she was little. Well, I remember the day that she wasn't there because I was looking for her. So, and I remember my mom saying something like, "Oh, well, she's not going to be around or anymore or something." But of course, I didn't understand. But I
course.
remember the her thing, her um, car seat
Yeah.
sitting on the table, and she wasn't there, and there was someone there talking to my mom. So I remember that.
Oh my gosh. It's crazy that you still have that memory.
Yeah, but things like that control who we are. So the EMDR is basically supposed to go in and try to heal. So I'm doing that kind of therapy along with juices. So I'm definitely going through a deep healing spiritual path right now.
I
So
relate as well. Yes.
yeah.
It's like we're all going through those healing. Well, it's like the healing journey just keeps going and going, and there's so much layers. And even by doing this detox journey, it kind of made me remember all those things that I've suppressed, and then embracing this lifestyle too, it made me remember all those things that I've suppressed as a kid. So all those past traumas, my dad hitting me, and oh my God, him being alcoholic. It's like, wow. It's like we have to go through those things again and to so that it can be released, basically. Because
Right.
like you were saying, yeah, it's kind of those traumas, they kind of holding us back to be our full, like fully in our, I don't know, fully in
In our power.
our powers. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
Well, it's like if we could all get a hold of our traumas and get a hold of ourselves, like I think we've been taught to be so negative and to think down on ourselves and to be, like that we're just not good enough and blah, blah, blah. Like I think we've been taught this stuff. And if we
self
could
bashing.
yeah, if we could overcome that, like we're really powerful people and we can do amazing things. It's just these
Yeah.
thoughts in our heads that are always controlling us. So,
Yeah, it's always controlling us, and then it makes us feel like we're aliens. For all my life, I felt like I was an alien. Like,
yeah, like you
like
don't belong here.
yeah, exactly. I don't know if you ever felt that way, like you didn't belong in this world.
Yeah, I feel that way all the time. Like I don't belong here.
I
There's just
know.
different people walking around. It's a lot of people that I just feel like they're just living every day. They go to work, they come home, drink alcohol, their kids are busy, and I mean anybody that can do that life, kudos to them, to keep going, to have that strength, but I can't live that life. I feel like, and I kind of feel like I'm supposed to be doing something more important than just going and working a job for $10, $20 an hour that, doesn't even really get you very far, doesn't get you anywhere, you know?
No, it just gives you more anxiety.
Yeah, yeah,
No,
yeah.
I
So,
relate to the same thing. I just don't see myself again working in an office again because it caused me anxiety, and I feel like I was meant to do something else, like to be of service to others, but with something that I know, something that I can relate. And yeah, I don't know, I just felt activated like when I started this detox and juice fast, and it's like, oh, okay, I guess I'm here for a reason now. Before I didn't know why I was on this planet, like why.
yeah,
And now I see it like, okay, I'm here for a reason. I'm here for a purpose, and I want to use that time because we are on limited time. We don't know when we're
right,
gonna leave this body. So
right.
might as well do the best that we can and go after our dreams and yeah, being of service. Because yeah, you only get one life that you'll remember. You won't remember the next one, right? I don't remember my past lives.
Right. Right. Right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I agree. I feel like I'm supposed to be of service too. And I, I think that the food is part of it, but some parts of me feels like, there's a spiritual part of me because I actually have a lot of gifts too. I've had where like that some people are going to really think it's weird, but I've had gifts. Like I was sitting next to a stranger at an event and I heard something told to me. And then I heard, now tell that person. And I'm like, I'm not going to tell this person this weird thing. Like I didn't know what it meant. And I'm supposed to tell this stranger that I don't even know. And I was sitting there saying, I'm not going to tell this stranger that. And then I kept hearing, tell him, 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 tell him. And it wouldn't stop. So I finally said, okay, I'm going to be brave. I'm going to tell this complete stranger sitting next to me this message. So I did. And it was like just a sentence. And I told her, and immediately she started crying and crying. And she said, thanks. I needed to hear that. So I don't know what it meant.
Oh my gosh.
And
Especially
that was like one instance. So, and I've had people come into my life like before I even had kids. When I was with my ex, before I actually got married to him, two different people came into my life and told me the same message. And I remember it was a message from God, and I can't remember exactly what that was, but it was relevant at that time because it was like 15 years ago. But the same person, they also gave me another message that I remember. He said, later in life, he said, I don't know where Stephen is because I don't see Stephen. And Stephen was like sitting right there. It's like, I don't know where you are. I don't see you in the picture at this time, but I see that Stephanie has 3 kids. And I'm like, oh, I'm not going to have 3 kids. Like, that's not in me. I'm not going to have 3 kids. And like, I only have 1 kid now, but I have 3 kids because my boyfriend has 2 kids. So officially I have 3 kids in my life. And
yeah.
he even said, oh, they're probably not all, I don't think they're all your own. So like people have come to me with messages and giving me different messages. And then I've also received a lot of different messages where I've told people. So I think that I must be tuned in to something there, you know?
Oh yes, definitely. I relate as well. My gosh, we have similar experiences. It's
Yeah.
crazy. Me too. It's like I had those type of experience too when I would get a message and then I would say to it my mom, like, Mom, this person is bad. Like my mom used to go see shamans, and it's like the message when I was younger, I would tell her, Mom, you shouldn't be doing this. You shouldn't be talking to this shaman. And the message just got louder. Just keep telling her, keep telling her, keep telling her. I kept telling her, and eventually, yeah, that person would be bad. But then she would move on to the next shaman, the next
Yeah.
voodoo priest. And then I'm like, Mom, this person is bad. Oh no, you're just a kid. You don't know nothing. Oh,
Yeah.
oh crap, this person is bad. Like I told you. I would always get messages and I would tell her. And then before she passed away, she told me like you were really connected.
Yeah.
Or yeah, she told me, I think you take it after your great grandmother. You have like this medium stuff in you, like you're in tune with beings and God and whatever.
Right.
That's what she told me before she passed away, and I'm like, wow, okay, thanks, Mom. And like, yeah, you were very different than your brother. But every time she
Yeah.
used to say that to me when I was younger, I felt like weird or like bad because she would say you're different than your brothers. Your brothers were more normal, but you're different, complicated.
Yeah.
That used to make me feel bad, but before she passed away, she really admitted it in a loving way. You're different.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, thanks, Mom. Good.
Yeah.
This time I don't feel bad this time.
Yeah, you and me are the same in that. I've had things from when I was little, and like I remember they had meetings at the school because I had my imaginary friend, but my imaginary friend was real.
It probably was real. Yeah.
I mean,
Your
it
third eye
wasn't
was open.
I mean, it wasn't imaginary. It was real. And
I
so
believe you.
it's just kind of crazy. And I think we kind of shut some of that stuff out because people are like, they think we're crazy and we don't fit
Of course.
in. And I know that I shut that stuff out. And I think when I shut that stuff out, that's when I went into more of my depression in my life, when I shut that stuff out. And then when I got back into the raw food diet, I think that's when it all kind of came back too. So
Oh,
you open yourself up. And somebody told me, I remember when somebody told me, because I was actually at the Woodstock Fruit Festival, and there was this place, and this guy was talking to me about this voice that he heard. And he was like, he said, if you want to hear the voice more, like you just start listening, and it's like a muscle. So once you start listening, then you can do more with it. And boy, he's right. I mean, it's just amazing the things that I hear. I mean, it's just
true.
amazing. And it's like sometimes it's an everyday thing. Like I can just hear this is going to happen a couple seconds before it happens, or
Right?
yeah.
Oh my God, me too. I really started hearing that voice more when I started the detox journey and did the juice fast and doing this lifestyle. I call it the higher self. That's what I call
Right.
it. But I know it's like it's I think it's God. I don't know. I call it the higher self, but I know I feel it's God or the soul. I don't
Yeah,
know, but
I think
I
it's
know.
both. I think
Yeah,
it's
it's
both.
both.
I mean, we
Yeah,
have a higher self that is there
yeah,
helping us, but
yeah.
I think that God talks to us, and maybe there's, other entities, or I don't know, there's
Good
other
guide.
things that talk to us too. I mean, we can pray to different people, and
Yeah.
we see this world, and it's such a physical world around us, but there's so much more than just the physical. There's the spiritual too, and people
Oh
don't
yeah.
realize that until they start waking up. And
Oh yeah, they'll say you're crazy though when you talk about this and you're nuts. You need to go to an asylum.
right, right.
I've heard that so many
You
times.
have
You're
voices in your
crazy.
head.
Yeah.
You
Is it
need to
your
be
head?
medicated.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God, I relate. But what is the challenge you're doing right now with your business, with your group?
Well, I'm going to be doing a 7-day challenge. I think it's like the second week of next month. And it's where we basically do juices every morning. And I have a Facebook group where that's where I'm going to be posting pictures. And I want other people to be posting pictures. And that's where we're going to be basically supporting each other. And I plan to do a Zoom call there to help people and ask any questions, doing that. And then, of course, when they join, they also get my whole back end program of all my recipes and the whole outline. So, where you were asking the question about how do you do the lemon water and how much and stuff like that, that's why I created a whole basically class on exactly how to do it. And I have videos of in depths of how to do the lemon water, how to do the celery juice, different juices, different smoothies. And then after the morning cleanse, I have different recipes for basically if you want to keep the cleanse going the rest of the day. And I like to do the raw food diet, but I don't actually teach just the raw food because
Yeah, of course.
I teach more, not like don't eat dairy, don't eat gluten, stuff
Yeah,
like that. I teach more of a whole food, and I'm
whole food.
actually I'm not vegan. I don't eat, like I try not to eat meat, but I'm actually didn't get into it because of being vegan. So, and I don't know that meat, and some people aren't going to like this, but I don't know that like hamburger meat and chicken, if it's properly sourced, if it's necessarily bad for us. Because my understanding, I was reading the medical medium books, and he
Mhm.
was saying all the sicknesses are basically coming from viruses that were released into our society, are to released into our society,
Mm,
kind of like the whole COVID thing.
yeah.
So even acne and stuff like that, it's just viruses. So basically what you don't want to do is feed those viruses.
That's right. And also because and where we live, the meat is processed, right? Well, it's the animals, they're injected with stuff and
Right, right, right.
yeah,
So I'm not necessarily against meat, but I try not to eat it myself, but I'm not perfect either. So, but I'm
none of
not like
us
one of
are.
those vegans. I'm and I mean if you can be vegan, great. I mean, I don't have a problem with people being vegan. I have more of a problem with people criticizing other people for the diets, you know.
Exactly, exactly.
Like
It's that, oh, you shouldn't be doing this. Like,
right, right.
yeah,
Like I wish that vegans wouldn't be so hard on other people that eat meat because I
exactly.
actually remember when I was at the fruit festival, somebody saying, I wish all people that ate meat would just die and suffer like the
Oh,
animals
that's
and stuff like
bad.
that. And I'm like, I'm sitting here listening to this, and it's like anybody that eats meat and hears you say that, they're not going to change their mind. You have to
No,
be loving. If you can be loving towards the animals, you have to also be loving towards yourself. So,
exactly. You have to be loving towards yourself, and it's like, no, it's like criticizing other people because based on their diet is wrong. Like
right,
that's what I try to do too. Like me, like I ate meat pretty much all my life, you know. So who am I to judge somebody that's eating meat? Who am I to say,
right,
oh, it's bad what you're doing? Right now,
right,
I'm not eating meat because my body doesn't want it anymore. It doesn't want it because really, I used to eat it like 5 times a day. And
right,
I ended up losing my uterus and stuff like that because really I just ate and then would order fried chicken, Popeye's chicken, uh, pork. I would eat pork, beef. Oh my God, you name it, like filet mignon,
right, right.
salmon. Oh my God, I would just eat and it destroyed my body basically. And I was also already dealing with depression and anxiety, so in a way
Right.
it didn't help me mentally, but I've been through it, but who am I to judge somebody? Now my body just wants this lifestyle because it's what's helping me mentally, physically, and spiritually. But who am I to judge somebody that's eating meat? Right now, what I
Right.
just tell people sometimes is like, oh, well, if you're gonna have your steak, maybe just add maybe zucchini noodles next to it, maybe.
Right. Right.
If you're gonna
Right.
have salmon, well, I don't know, do some cauliflower rice instead of rice and put your
Right.
salmon on top of it, you know?
Right.
So this
Right.
is what I don't judge people based on yeah, because
Right. So
it's
my
yeah,
journey my journey is more about helping people heal and
yeah,
wherever people are, like helping them at that level, help them at that step. So, my path, I'm working on doing a raw food diet, but I don't expect many people to be able to do that. And I've done different levels of things. So, and
exactly.
I don't know if I'll do raw food my whole life or not because sometimes I feel like it's an emotional thing too. And I don't know, I don't know what I'm going to do long term, but this is where
Exactly.
I am. This is what I'm called to do. And whatever, we're all at different levels at our life too. And I think depending on where we are, if you're really, really toxic, you can't just step into a juice fast. I don't know that it's actually healthy because your body can only eliminate so fast before it's recirculating. And that's just my understanding. So I think that everybody, they have to, go the path that it's a journey. It's a
The
journey.
journey.
That's what it
Exactly.
is.
It's
So
a
I'm just
journey.
I'm just about helping the people that need to be helped and that's what I'm gonna do.
Exactly. Well, me too. Same thing. I just I've developed maybe more like since I started this life, I've developed more like compassion towards animals. Like I love pigs. I would love to have a pig as a pet.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're so cute. And even if they're
Yeah.
fat, they're cute. And they
Yeah.
have like apparently they say that they have the mentality of a 4-year-old. That's how
Mm,
smart they are. You know, they're
mm.
smart and they're sensitive. So of course I feel bad when I see them being taken to the slaughterhouse. I'm like, oh, this
Right.
animal is so smart, but then you guys are not killing the dogs. But the pig is smarter than the dog. So it's like, oh,
Yeah,
and
it's
they're just so
interesting.
cute. And then there's cows too. Cows are so loving. And I didn't used to see that before, but I just developed that compassion for animals now. And I'm like, oh my God, this poor cow just lost his kid. The kid got taken away to be put somewhere else where they can be slaughtered. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I just became more sensitive now.
Yeah. Well, I had a dream once. It was kind of weird, but I had a dream once that I was the cow that got taken away from my mom. And
Okay.
I felt that feeling of like I was that baby cow. And I remember that dream. It was crazy. Like I woke up feeling so depressed from after that because I was like, well, now I know what it feels like.
Exactly. You know what it feels like because you see like the mom chasing the baby cow because it's been taken away in a truck, and it's like I've seen videos like that. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
just the pigs being scared and just like depressed, and I'm like, I love pigs. Okay, I want a
Right.
pig now.
Right.
Yeah. So it just gave me more that compassion. So it's like at the same time, I don't see myself eating meat because of that. And even
Right.
though I know it tastes good, but it tastes good because of the spices. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
because of
well,
the spices.
that's true. That's true. I think
Spices.
you're right. It's the spices. It's not the meat that actually tastes good.
Yeah, because the chicken without spices, it tastes like crap. It's
Yeah,
like,
and
yeah.
it's really dry too. Like I don't like to just eat it unless I have a sauce because it's so dry. So,
Oh my God, exactly. And even beef. I remember cooking steak and I would put like a bunch of like barbecue sauce and spices, but
right.
without it, it's like, yeah.
Yeah, I can't eat steak. I can't eat steak because it actually bothers my teeth. Like certain meats, if I eat it, I won't touch it because my teeth will start throbbing. So I don't know if I'm
Oh
just
my God.
sensitive to
I get stuck
meat,
probably in the middle of the.
maybe, or I'm just sensitive to it. I don't know. I don't really know what it is. So, but
Mm. Does it do anything on your skin? Because for me, I would get like a lot of rashes on my body when I used to eat meat back then. I didn't notice it back then, but I saw like my old pictures, and I had a lot of rashes on my skin back. I have a different skin now, just to tell you the truth.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I have a different skin too.
Yeah,
So
with the morning cleanse, it probably helps too, right?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
you can just tell the difference, because I don't know, I'm just a strong believer that yeah, putting more living food into your body, it kind of regenerates your cells, and I don't know, it's based on proof basically. If I
Right,
look at myself from now and in the past, I'm like, holy crap, I look different back then, like
right,
mentally and physically.
right, right.
But
I agree.
yeah, so that's why I'm like, okay, let me embrace this lifestyle then, because I'm seeing a whole different world with this lifestyle. Again, not judging anybody that's on other lifestyle, but for me, this is what's happening right now.
Right, right. Well,
And
my boyfriend sometimes
yeah,
gives me slack about it, and I'm like,
really?
you should try it. You don't know what you're talking about. You haven't even tried it, which I have gotten him to like, he does smoothies now, and he's just now starting to eat like the bag salads, and he wouldn't touch salads before, but the bag salads have really
Oh,
helped. So I'm proud of him for taking some positive steps there. So
that's good. That's really good.
yeah. And then he's since I've joined the group with you guys, he's been starting to follow some of you all.
Oh yeah,
And
he follows me.
yeah, and he listens to you guys. It's so funny because I'm like, you guys need to start posting more raw food positive things because he listens to you. And I'm like, I've been saying this forever, but he's like, do you know she said blah blah blah? Yeah, I've said it to you like a year ago. But
Love it.
if he's gonna start eating healthier, if he can hear through you and he can't hear through me, then great.
That's awesome. No, no, he's great. We chat sometimes on Facebook. He's like, hey, what's this? Like I love that.
Yeah. Yeah, we talk about you. We think you're so funny.
Aw.
You post some pretty good stuff. I loved your interview with Jillian. That was like so entertaining. You were so entertaining because you were so funny.
Oh, thanks. I wasn't like that before. Like, really, I used to be so negative. That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying, that this lifestyle has opened up a new side of me, because I used to have so much negative thought, and I was suicidal, depressed, and I had anxiety, and I was super negative. I would judge everybody. But it's like going through the spiritual journey, even doing this detox. I started it, but when I started this detox journey and then this lifestyle, I became this whole new person that I didn't recognize. I'm like, who the hell is she? Like, I remember after my first juice fast, I got scared of my own self. So I didn't
mhm,
recognize who I was. I'm like, wow, you're speaking up, you're standing in your powers, you're more assertive, and what? You have more compassion now? So
right,
at the same time, I was like, oh my God, who am I? I remember
right.
I don't know who I don't know who I am. I don't know. But then I
Yeah.
started embracing this side of me, and I'm like, okay, this is my true authentic self. I'm more connected to my inner child now. I'm doing more stuff, and I've released all the people, the toxic people, or the people that kept projecting on me. It's like new friendships now, and just being more assertive. Yeah, be more and extending my power and seeing my worth, because I didn't see my worth before. So I don't know. I feel like this lifestyle has really changed me in a way, but maybe not changed, but made me see like a side of me that I didn't know before, that was like asleep and she woke
Right.
up basically.
Right. Well,
So
I used to be in
yeah,
a fog, and it was literally like this cloud, and
yeah,
I would just tune out all the time. And now I'm more where I can see what's going on. It's like before I would feel depressed and I would be in this fog and just tune out. But now it's like I can see what's going on. So now that I can see what's going on, then I can make changes.
you
So,
can make changes exactly because you're
right,
starting to see, and it's just I don't know, it's just been a whole new life that I'm like, oh, it's like I'm seeing my old life fade away. I basically had a dream where I was dying, but the message I got is like, yeah, your old reality is dying right now.
right,
Embrace the new one. And I woke up and I was like, holy crap, it's true. My old reality is dying. It's fading away. It's leaving me, but it's still happening now because it's still a healing journey. So the
right,
more I'm on this healing journey, the more I see like my old life like fading away, and I'm like waving goodbye at it, like goodbye. Oh my God.
right.
More release, more those traumas are I don't know what's
I
happening, but I
agree.
feel like
I
it's like a
agree.
rebirth.
I agree. I think we're all going through a rebirthing place right now. I've talked to a lot of people that are kind of going through a lot of dark nights of the soul per se right now. And
Yeah, new earth vibe and yeah,
yeah, yeah. Even like on
I
my
agree.
YouTube channel, people are like, yeah, I've been going through a hard time. And I think because we're waking up to the truths and stuff. And
Exactly.
some people say like this year we're gonna, as in conspiracy theories, that this year we're gonna be seeing a lot of truths in the world.
I heard
So
that too. Yeah, me
yeah.
too.
Yeah, so
I heard about
I think
that
it'd
too.
be I think it'd be really interesting if we do like an interview in 3 years when we come back to see who we are in 3 years, you and me. I
Oh
think
my
be
God.
we're gonna maybe we'll be like some I don't know, just in a totally different place.
I don't know. Maybe I'll be on new earth. I don't know. Just kidding.
Yeah, we'll be on new earth. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah, let's do that. But
Yeah,
my message is that whatever path people are on or whatever lifestyle they're on, if they're feeling great mentally, physically, and spiritually, like by all means continue.
yeah, yeah.
Continue what you're doing. Doesn't matter what
Well,
lifestyle you're on, you know.
you can always tell if you're on your path is if you feel good. If you don't feel
Yeah.
good, then there's something new that needs to be born, like birthing or like
Yeah.
you go through traumas too to have change in your life. So sometimes when we I was going to do this a video on my channel talking about this, but
Mm,
like when we're going through deep struggles, that's a time for us to reflect, but we are allowing things to leave because new things are coming in. And we hurt so bad because that's how powerful we are. And that's how disconnected we are. So, and another thing that I've been realizing is when people are throwing energy at you, it's their energy. And the only reason that you're feeling it is because you're feeling triggered, and
yeah.
those triggers, those are what needs to be healed. So you can realize those and heal those triggers, but you also have to get to a point where their energy is their energy,
That's
and
right.
you have to learn not to take it in. So,
Exactly. Well said. That's so true. Their
yeah,
energies is theirs, your energy is yours, but yeah, if we get triggered, it's because there's still some healing to do here.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
you know that you're fully healed when people around you can be crazy and say whatever they want, and you can stand in your power and not get triggered. So that's the
Exactly.
goal that we're working towards.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I agree completely. That is so true.
Yep.
It's
Yep.
all a matter of standing in our powers and doing what we got to do. And yeah. Oh, man, this conversation has been amazing. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lots of different viewpoints, lots of different,
Lots
yeah.
of different viewpoints and yeah, I just really loved what you were saying about your morning cleanse too and your lifestyle and everything.
Yeah,
Like you can see that you've done a lot of work like for years and you're still doing what you gotta do right now and you're growing and you're growing and you're growing. That's
yeah.
what it is, right? The growing journey too, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Well, and the reason I like morning cleanse is because it's like it's a pattern you can wake up and you can do, but if you can't stick to eating healthy all day, it's like, oh, well, I can do this in the morning and then I can go. It's a starting step, and then I
yeah,
can go back to my normal life and then I can bring in healthy habits as I go. But it's the
exactly.
if you start the morning off healing, like that's such a huge first step because then you're allowing your body to at least cleanse and do the things that it needs to do, even if you're going to go on a junk food fast the rest of the
Yeah,
day.
exactly. That's good to know. Exactly. So if I ever eat popcorn again, I know what to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh
So,
my God. And another thing too is just not to forget our past. Our past is what made us who we are today. So we have to
true.
be grateful for our past, even though there was some painful moments, some ups and
Right.
downs. Well, thanks to our past, we're here right now. So it's like
Yeah.
when I look at my life, I'm like, you know what? Thank you to my old self. Thank you to those traumas. Yeah, it was painful, but yeah, they made me who I am today. So it's like
Right.
being grateful, basically.
Right. Hold on. My cat is playing with my cord. It's time for my cats to wake up. So now they're
Oh,
all
still
playing
waking
with
up.
my light cords and stuff
Oh,
like that.
they
So if
are.
my light falls over, that's why.
Okay. Well, it was nice talking to you,
Yeah.
Stephanie. I
Yep.
really enjoyed our talks, and hopefully we can have another one too in the future, in your
Yep.
future, and just talk more about our what we've been doing. So,
I think that
yeah,
would be great.
keep up the good
Yep.
work. You're
Yeah. He came
amazing.
to say hi.
Kitty. Oh my God, I love cats. So
Yeah, I
cute.
love tabbies.
Oh my gosh, it looks like a little tiger, like
Yeah, and he's got
yeah.
little points on his ears, and I
Oh
don't know
my
if you can
God,
see him, but that's what I love about him, he's so cute.
how cute. Oh my
Yeah.
God. Oh, I love
He's
it.
like, "Don't hold me like that, you gotta hold me like this, it's time for love."
Oh, yeah, you got two? You got two?
Yeah, I do. I do.
Oh, you know what? I think I want a cat now again. I used to have one, but now I want another one. Seriously.
Yeah,
Out of
I love
love.
cats, I'm a cat person, so
Feels good. I love it.
Yep,
Oh.
yep.
Well, thank you so much for coming in, Stephanie, yeah, keep up the good work and we'll
Yep,
see each other
I'm
soon again.
yes, I'm glad I got to talk to you.
So have a wonderful day and thank you everybody for tuning in. See you on the
Alright,
next one. Bye.
bye.